Hey, what's up? Jason here from Unity3D.College. It's almost Black Friday here in the United States, which means there's all kinds of crazy sales going on. But the ones that I get really excited about are the technology sales, the new things that have come out over the last year or the last couple months that are now 50, 60, 70% off. Sometimes I get things even for free. You'll see some of that in just a minute. So this year around, I wanted to share some of my favorite things and the prices that I found them for that are really amazing. So we'll start with some items just for the home and family, and then I'll dive into some developer specific things that really just help game programmers. So let's get started. But before we do, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. The first thing on my list is this Lenovo 8-inch smart display with Google Assistant. Now this is exactly the same as the one that Google just released, the Google Home Display, which I actually have right here. You see it's a little bit smaller than that Lenovo one, but I like the Lenovo one a little bit more. But what actually happened was I bought this Google one. I was going to put it into the kitchen. I wanted to try it out though, so I plugged it in my office, just started playing with the features, trying to figure out what it could do. And then I realized it was going to have to stay in my office because I just liked it too much. So I grabbed another one, threw it down in the kitchen, and to my amazement, everybody in the family seems to love it. The wife and kids play with it constantly. It'll play videos on YouTube. It'll play music on Pandora. It'll play on Spotify and a bunch of other stuff. They usually use it to search for things, ask questions, or you can even do video calls, although I haven't tried that on there before. My favorite features, though, are looking at my cameras. So say, hey, Google, show me the backyard.
You got it. Streaming the backyard
and
office display.
Probably be able to see that pop up, but it just sits there and shows me the camera. So I use this with my Nest cams. I don't know which other cameras it works with, but my favorite thing to do with it is control my lights. So I say, hey, Google, make the office blue.
You got it.
And suddenly,
to blue.
Oh, there you go. You may be able to tell that the office lights all turned to blue. It's a little bit hard to tell with all the recording lights on though. Now these things have been on sale for $99 quite a few times. It looks like they're back at Best Buy for $99. Same with the smaller Google one, but again, I'd recommend the Lenovo one. I think it's a little bit louder. It's a little bit more useful. Unless you like the look of the Google one, then maybe go with that. But if you want the camera and the louder speaker, the Lenovo is the way to go. Now if you want something cheaper, it takes us on to number 2, which is actually the Google Home Mini that, if you look right here, Spotify is actually giving away for free to people who upgrade to a family plan. I didn't have a Spotify account, and there was a nice little article showing exactly how to do this, but I signed up for a trial, upgraded that free trial to the family account, still free, and got a free Google Home Mini sent to me. So this will be number 4 or 5. Got a bunch of these laying around the house, and I really like these things. They're just like the display, just without the screen, so I can ask it questions, control my lights with it, send messages around the house, which I do all the time. Just say, hey Google, broadcast something, and now it's going to say something in all the other rooms. Now I think the retail price on these is about $50. I've bought quite a few of them though, and I've never paid more than $25. I definitely keep an eye out for sales if you don't get the free one, or if you just happen to want to get more. I'd expect to see them around $15 to $20 this holiday season, I guess. Now let's go back to those lights. I just made my office blue a second ago, and now it's back to this white. And that's because I've switched to the Philips Hue bulbs. I did this switch a couple months ago, and I didn't want to pay crazy amounts because these bulbs can run $30, $40, $50 a piece. So what I did was found a deal on TechRabbit. They had refurbished packs. They were 4 packs for $100. Looks like you can get them right around that same price right now. And I just assumed that the hubs were the thing refurbished and not the bulbs. So far it's worked out great. The bulbs are still kicking. Everything lights up and changes exactly how I want, and it kind of looks great. It was a reasonable price. Definitely much cheaper than new. You'll find other deals, I'm sure, but I don't know if anything's going to come down to beating these guys' prices. If you're looking for the light strips, they're definitely overpriced, even at this, what is this, $45, but you can get brand new ones for $50 from Best Buy right now. They're on sale, so check that out. Like I said, they are still kind of pricey though for a light strip. Overall though, I love the setup. It's really easy to use. It works on my phone works on the Google and Alexa devices, and I've even got it synced up to my keyboard so that I can have the Office change colors based on the game I'm playing or things that are happening in the game I'm playing if I want. So I really enjoy them. They are just kind of a neat novelty item, but I like the light that they give off even when it's in white mode, which, to be honest, it's in white mode most of the time. So overall, I think that they were a great buy, but maybe just a little extra cool thing. The next thing on my list isn't actually new, and if you look at the screen right here, you'll see that I actually purchased this thing in 2016, November 16th, it looks like. So right around Black Friday time, because I probably found a great Black Friday deal on this. In fact, I think I did, and I ordered 2 of them, one for me and one for a friend. And ever since then, I've been buying these and giving them as gifts and recommending them because I really love the way this thing works. So it looks pretty simple. There's this little hub device here. It actually comes with 2 wired IR extenders in case you need them, and then a little remote control. So it looks like a very basic, simple remote system. But it also syncs up with your phone, so you can use the Logitech app to control the entire system, or you can sync it up with Google and Alexa. Right now, when I want to turn on my projector or turn things off, I just tell Google what to do and everything starts up, lights go to the right way, and everything shuts back down when it's time. I don't have to really grab a remote or go through and grab multiple remotes or any of that kind of nonsense. But I do like having this little, very basic remote along with it, because when people come over and they don't understand the system, or I'm sitting down, I have a sore throat and I don't want to talk, it's nice to be able to just reach over and push some very simple basic buttons and have the thing still work. So again, you can do it all on your phone, which is cool. You can use the little controller there. Did I say controller, you know what it is. Or you can use the voice controls, and voice controls for me are the way to go. These things run about $50 on sale. This is not the best price here at $58. Keep an eye out for them, but even at $58, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, I love these things. Highly recommend them. The last thing on my list of stuff for the house, although they're still all kind of electronic cool tech stuff, right? It's a Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Now, I didn't actually buy this. This is one thing that I got in a giveaway, and I was really happy that I did, because I probably wouldn't have bought it, especially at $80. I'd been like, I probably don't need that to go back and play some old games. But I have found it to be a really big hit. I have it hooked up in my office, and the wife plays it. Kids play it. When visitors come over, they like to play it. It's just kind of cool to be able to grab the controllers and hop in and play, you know, old school Mario or Street Fighter, or any of those old games that people kind of remember, but they're not going to go out of their way to get and hook up and play. But if you got this thing set up right there, just flip the switch, pick the game, and get going. I like it. Again, I don't know if I would necessarily pay $80 for it, but if you can find it on a deal for $40 or $50, I'd definitely get it, give it as a gift, or if you have somewhere that you can set it up that people would be there and kind of hanging out and playing. It's definitely not the kind of thing that you'd want to get just to go play by yourself. It's not really that kind of device. It's more for, I think, groups of people or, you know, pairs of people, something like that, where you can just play together and have a little bit of fun. All right, now it's time to talk about developer-specific toys or cool tech. The first thing on my list is the Samsung 970 EVO, the NVMe M2 version. This thing is amazing. I actually upgraded to this just under a year ago, and I think it's probably my favorite purchase for my computer so far. This thing is amazingly fast, about 6 times faster than any SATA drive. Holds a full terabyte. It's tiny little form factor, but again, main thing, it's super, super fast. So I have a couple really big projects, one of them right around 100 gigs, and importing things with a standard hard drive, I can't even imagine. It'd be hours and hours. Importing on a regular SSD, just a 600 megabyte a second SSD, was still multiple hours. Going to this thing got it down to 20-25 minutes. Huge time saver for me. Big giant performance boost. The only thing that I wish is that I had the 2 terabyte version. So I'm watching for the 2 terabyte version to go on sale, and if I see one, I'll definitely share it. I'm hoping to find it around 400. But the 1 terabyte version I've seen popping up right around the 200s a lot in the last week, so I definitely keep an eye out for it. But if you're going to get this, make sure that you have an M2 slot, and make sure that you get the NVMe version, not the SATA version. It's very hard to tell the difference. They have a SATA version that looks almost exactly the same, and I've almost gotten excited about it multiple times and then read the details a little bit more and realized I almost bought the wrong thing. So make sure that you get the NVMe M2 one. The Evo versus Pro doesn't really matter. It used to be a warranty thing, but now it's pretty much the same. So go for the Evo, 1 terabyte or 2. Or if you want to save some money and just don't have huge projects, maybe go for the 500 gig. Now, I also think monitors are super important for developers, which is why I'm a little bit sad that this deal right here is expired, but I do expect it to pop back up. Now, I don't use these monitors in my home office setup. I actually use some Dell 30-inch ones that I got on Craigslist. It's a long story, but if I were buying new monitors, this is definitely the way I would go. These HP 32-inch screens are just beautiful. They're great. They're bright. They look good, they're fancy and shiny, and they're relatively cheap. You can find them for $200 to $250 pretty consistently around this time. I'd look for them, maybe at the $229 or lower, and just get 2 or 3 of them. Like I said, they're really great monitors. You will need DisplayPort adapters though, and display ports on your video card. So if you don't have that, that definitely will be an issue. Oh, it looks like they've actually got HDMI there. It's just kind of a surprise. I'd double check that though. Maybe they've added it on the newer versions. Anyway, these monitors are great. If you're looking for something to use for computer system, I highly recommend going with these. Or maybe you go my route and just find some old nice Dell 30s on Craigslist and pay about the same price. But I think I'd go for these and get the warranty instead. Now, I mentioned earlier that my lights can sync up with my keyboard, and that's because I'm using a Razer Chroma Black Widow Razer Black Widow Chroma, that's right. And I really love this keyboard. I've actually got 4 Black Widows and 2 Chromas. I just love the way that these things feel and look and just act. They're just amazing keyboards, for me at least. And I think it's really a personal thing because I like the clicks. They're loud, but they also light up nice and shiny. The deal that I saw though was really amazing because you can get one of these keyboards, the Razer Black Widow Chroma, along with the mouse, and I don't know which mouse it is. I assume it's one of their lower end mice, but still a decent Razer mouse, and the RGB mouse pad for $95. If I didn't already have a stack of Razer keyboards, I would probably be ordering another one of these just because it's such a great price. I definitely recommend these, but again, if you don't like the clicky mechanical feel, it might not be a good fit. If you're not sure though, maybe just grab one, try it out, and take it back if you don't like it. The last thing on my list is a standing desk. Now these have been getting popular over the last couple of years. I've known people who use them. I thought that they were all crazy. And then 2 months ago, I decided, what the hell, I'm gonna get rid of my big giant desk, throw that down in the garage, where it gets me in trouble every day, and then replace it with a nice new standing desk so I'd have a bigger or more open office where I could move around, maybe do VR things a little bit easier, and also just get a little bit healthier. So I've been using this uplift desk. It was, like I said, the best one in the price range of under $1,000 that I found, and I love it. Of course, I don't know if standing here actually makes any difference at all, but like I said, it feels good. I like the way that it looks, and if it makes me feel better, I think that's enough. They also seem to have deals quite often. I got mine during some holiday sale, Memorial Day, something, I lost track now, but I assume that there will be a Black Friday sale as well, and probably a couple other holiday deals, so keep an eye out for that. If you do get it, I'd recommend the casters so you can actually roll the thing around. I got those afterwards. They were a great addition. Anyway, I hope that you guys like this kind of stuff. If you do, let me know. Just drop a comment down below. I wasn't sure if people would like videos about the cool tech stuff that I actually like to use, or if everybody just wants to see game development stuff. And if that's the case, hey, let me know down in the comments as well, and I'll focus more on that game development stuff. Either way though, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see whatever I do next. Alright, thanks again.